We are glad to have you join us on the news at noon on Lagos Television. I am Aminat Elegushi. President Bola Tinubu has ordered an elaborate audit of the overall number of sponsored delegates to the forthcoming United Nations Conference on Climate Change coming up between November 11 to 22 in Baku. Addressing State House correspondents, Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, and Presidential Envoy on Climate Action, Anjurin Galali, said this follows the outcry of Nigerians on the size of the country's delegation to COP23 in Dubai. And Galali hinted that Mr. President had directed that only delegates with specific economic engagement will be captured in a designated portal for the forthcoming COP29 conference.
Federal Government of Nigeria's delegation to COP28 in Dubai, UAE, last year, there were some elements of outcry concerning the size of the delegation. There was some deliberate misinformation, but the truth of the matter is we also found that there were government officials who had no business at that meeting, and some with significant delegations. And in view of this, His Excellency President Bola Tinubu had approved an audit to be undertaken of that exercise to fully understand and ascertain what happened and what must be done to ensure that what happened never repeats itself in this country. And as a result of that, an exercise has been concluded detailing exactly what the expenditure profile was of COP28 with a view to ensuring that we implement measures that would ensure that whatever is spent ahead of COP29 has a function that will lead to the economic empowerment of our people and the economic development of our nation.
Also ahead of the conference, the federal government is bent on collapsing all the country's major events at the conference in a way that there won't be any need for wasteful acquisition of showcase platforms, which cost about over $500,000.
Ahead of COP29, we have resolved and concluded that there will be no showcase pavilion as part of the federal government of Nigeria's cost reduction efforts. We recognize that what can be achieved in a showcase pavilion can be achieved in a far more economically efficient mode by effectively utilizing the delegation office that is on site within the conference complex. And this we will do. We have found that by taking that option, the nearly $500,000 showcase pavilion that was purchased for last year's COP28 will no longer be an item of expenditure in COP29. In addition, the delegates' office that we will be using to conduct bilateral meetings and other meetings that otherwise would have been conducted in the showcase pavilion, we will be conducting in the delegate's office that will cost less than 10% of the cost of the showcase pavilion.
Meanwhile, the directives of President Tinubu is aimed at saving the country unnecessary expenses amounting to more than 11 billion naira. The federal government has inaugurated a 10-member committee to enforce the recent Supreme Court ruling that granted financial autonomy to local governments in Nigeria. On July 11, the Apex Court declared that it is unconstitutional for state governors to hold onto funds meant for local government administrations. In a statement by the Director of Information and Public Relations in the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Segun Imoise, George Akume would chair the committee. Other members are the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Accountant General of the Federation, Governor, Central Bank of Nigeria, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Finance, Chairman, Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, representative of state governors and representatives of local government. The statement adds that the committee's primary goal is to ensure that local governments are granted full autonomy, allowing them to function effectively without interference from state governments. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited says the federal government incurred a debt of 5.1 trillion naira in under-recovery and energy security expenses for fuel importation in 2023, and a total sum of 9.38 trillion naira described as receivables was incurred on behalf of the federal government in 2023 for fuel imports. The company, in its financial statement for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2023, disclosed that 6.25 trillion naira was accrued under domestic crude oil supply and 3.14 trillion under other receivables. On the 5.1 trillion naira in under-recovery and energy security expenses, the oil firm stated that the cumulative amount spent was used as expenses for crude oil supply for domestic use and other receivables on behalf of the Federation after it instructed the company not to sell its premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, above a certain regulated price. The total cost comprises two components: an under-recovery of 3.3 trillion from January to May 2023, and an energy security expense of 1.8 trillion naira from August to December 2023. The term under recovery used in the NNPC's financial statement for the fiscal year ending December has been described as a technical term that may be used to conceal secret costs, according to industry experts. In other news, the examination boards in Kenya and Uganda have written to Nigeria's Joint Admission Matriculation Board to verify records presented by Nigerian candidates seeking admissions into tertiary institutions in their respective countries. This follows cases of fake certification recently detected by the country's examination board. JAMB reviewed this in a document registrar's report on 2023 admission and 2024 UTME policy meeting, stressing the need to protect Nigeria's tertiary institutions from international disrepute, adding that it would not falsify the records of any student. Recall the federal government recently suspended the verification of degree certificates from Uganda, Kenya, Benin Republic, Togo, and some other countries over allegation of certificate racketeering. And here in Lagos, beneficiaries of the Lagos State Free Medical Mission, Alafia Eko, have commended the state government for bringing healthcare services to their doorsteps. Over 40,000 residents got access to free medical services at the second phase of the Alafia Eko at 12 locations across 6 health districts of the state. We have details in this report. It is the second round of the Lagos State Government Free Medical Mission, Alafia Eko, happening in 12 locations across the 6 health districts of the state. Special Advisor to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Health, Dr. Kemi Oguyemi, alongside permanent secretaries across the districts, are here in Ikoyi Center to flag the return. Having monitored round the process, Dr. Oguyemi assured Lagos residents that the state government will continuously prioritize the well-being of the people.
The first phase, we did 4 units. We're talking about 4
units per district.
Per district. So we were looking at 4,000 per district times 6, 24,000. And now we have 2 districts, the areas that we had not gone to in the 4 districts, and we're looking at almost the same, like 2,000 per district, to get to our target. And I'm sure with the success of the first one and the success of this second one, we'll probably do another one as well.
This also creates an opportunity to get more people enrolled on the Ilera Eco scheme. And then at that point also, we're screening people. Those who are absolutely unable to afford to get on Ilera Eco will get on the EcoSha scheme, which is for indigents, where the state bears the cost of the insurance.
All the places they go, we do health education to remind them that they must follow up with our primary health centers. So all of us, the 6 permanent secretaries in the districts, we're making sure that we're having a healthy competition, healthy rivalry to ensure that we upgrade all our primary health centers so all the drugs are there for free.
The team also monitored activities at the Surulere Center, assuring the people of Governor Sanwo-Olu dividend of democracy.
This is the second phase. Everybody's happy that it has come again. We hope it will come again after we've looked at the data that we're collecting to see exactly what the people want.
So the governor has been really passionate about this. And you know, here they're taking care of 2 of the most basic needs of man, the need for food and the need for health. And I think that's been taken care of here.
For the health workers, they are very happy because we know that if the people in our community are healthy, they're able to contribute their bit to the growth of the locality.
The beneficiaries who enjoyed free blood sugar and blood pressure checks, treatment of minor ailments, free medications, HIV counseling and testing, health insurance registration, free eye checks and eyeglasses, health talks and counseling commended the initiative.
I have malaria, so I come for it. So as it's there free, I like to come because it is free. Everything is cost now. Anywhere I see free something, I will go there so that I will help myself.
I come here to benefit from my health, my eyes challenge. I have a partial glaucoma, but they have given me space and some drugs for me to apply.
Surulere, we are really happy with the governor. One of the team agenda of the governor is health, and the governor has done so much in the health sector, and we believe that this is not going to be the last. We are still going to experience more.
Alafia Eco initiative is part of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration's Eco Cares package to alleviate the economic hardship faced by residents, which is specifically designed to address the rising cost of medications and health care services. Aminat Elegushi, LTV News. In sports, Edo Queens Football Club is through to the final of the ongoing Waffle B CAF Women's Champion League qualifiers in Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire. The Nigerian Women Football League champions defeated home side Inter Abidjan Football Club 2-1, and the semi-finals encounter decided on Tuesday evening. MMSN opened scoring for the Benin City-based club in the 7th minute, and Blessing Olivier doubled the advantage in the 34th minute before Niamen reduced the margin just after the break by converting from the sport. And that's the news at this hour. For more stories, connect with Lagos Television on these social media platforms. Many thanks for staying with us. Please remember to call the Lagos State toll-free line 767 or 112 in case of emergencies. I am Aminat Elegushi. See you again at 2 p.m.